hate you. You were just some boy who made me laugh at a party once, and now I loathe the sight of you.
Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were just an option to someone, even though you were giving your all? It's not a great feeling, right? But guess what? You can change that. In this video, I will share with you 10 rules that will make you irresistible, someone that everyone wants to prioritize in their life. Rule number 1, create the fear of losing you.
You cannot leave me like that.
Why didn't you tell me?
Maybe because I am terrified of losing you.
It's about showing others that your world doesn't revolve around them, but rather, you're complete and fulfilled on your own. When you exude independence, self-assurance, and confidence, you become irresistible. You let them know that your presence in their life is a privilege, not something they can take for granted. Think of yourself as the prize to be won, not the one chasing after affection or attention. By prioritizing your own happiness and well-being, you naturally become more attractive and compelling. People are drawn to those who know their own worth and aren't afraid to stand on their own 2 feet. So don't be afraid to show them that you're whole and complete without them. Let them see that your presence enriches their life, but it's not something they can simply assume will always be there. When they realize that they might lose you, they'll be motivated to step up and prioritize you in their life. Rule number 2, don't be always available. Instead of constantly being at their beck and call, find balance in your interactions. Show them that you have a life of your own, filled with interests, passions, and commitments. When you're not always available, it communicates that you have a full and fulfilling life outside of the relationship. By setting boundaries around your time and making yourself less accessible, you demonstrate that you're not just waiting around for them to reach out. This not only makes you more desirable, but also encourages them to appreciate and respect your time more. You're not just an option to be picked up at their convenience. You're someone who values their own time and priorities. Rule number 3, keep some mystery about you. Instead of revealing everything about yourself all at once, keep some aspects of your life hidden, allowing them to be curious and intrigued by what lies beneath the surface. Share bits and pieces of yourself gradually, like pieces of a puzzle waiting to be uncovered. By doing so, you create a sense of anticipation and interest, enticing them to want to learn more about you. When you maintain an element of mystery, you keep the conversation engaging and dynamic. It sparks curiosity and draws them in, making them eager to uncover more layers of your personality and experiences. By keeping some aspects of yourself hidden, you make yourself more captivating and desirable, leaving them wanting to explore more of who you are. Rule number 4, be costly and let them invest in you. It's all about recognizing your own worth and ensuring that others do too. You need to establish yourself as someone of value, someone who deserves to be pursued and invested in. To achieve this, you must set boundaries and standards for how you expect to be treated. Make it clear what you will and will not tolerate in a relationship, and don't be afraid to enforce those boundaries. By doing so, you demonstrate to others that you have self-respect and that you won't settle for anything less than you deserve. You're not just another option or convenience. You're a valuable prize that they need to work for. Allow them to invest in you emotionally and demonstrate their commitment through their actions. If they're not willing to put in the effort to meet your standards, then they don't deserve to have you in their life. Rule number 5, prioritize your own needs first. It's crucial to recognize that your happiness and fulfillment should not be dependent on someone else's actions or treatment of you. In essence, this rule emphasizes the importance of self-respect and self-care. You must set boundaries and standards for how you expect to be treated, and you should never compromise your happiness for the sake of someone who doesn't value or appreciate you. By prioritizing your own needs first, you send a powerful message that you won't settle for anything less than you deserve. You refuse to accept being treated as an afterthought or an option in someone else's life. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and consideration. If someone consistently fails to meet your standards or prioritize your happiness, then they're not worth your time or energy. Rule number 6, don't make them the center of your life. It is all about maintaining your independence and not making someone else the sole focus of your life. It's important to remember that you are a complete individual with your own passions, interests, and dreams, separate from any relationship. When you make someone else the center of your life, you risk losing sight of your own identity and neglecting your personal growth and fulfillment. Instead, focus on cultivating a life that brings you joy and fulfillment, independent of any romantic relationship. By maintaining your independence, you not only preserve your sense of self, but you also become more attractive and compelling to others. People are naturally drawn to those who have their own interests and are confident in pursuing them. So continue to pursue your passions, nurture your friendships, and invest in your personal growth. By doing so, you not only enhance your own life, but also become a more desirable and magnetic presence to others. You are the author of your own story, and your happiness should never be dependent on someone else. Rule number 7, stop initiating conversation all the time. It's important to allow the other person the opportunity to make the effort and show that they value your presence in their life. When you're constantly the one initiating conversation, it can give the impression that you're always available and willing to bend over backward for them. This can inadvertently diminish your value and lead to the other person taking you for granted. By stepping back and allowing them to initiate contact, you create space for them to demonstrate their interest and commitment to the relationship. It also helps you gauge their level of investment and whether they're willing to put in the effort to maintain the connection. By allowing the other person to take the lead sometimes, you're fostering a more balanced and respectful dynamic where both parties are equally invested in the relationship. Rule number 8, create your own happiness. When you prioritize your own happiness, you communicate to others that you're a complete and joyful person on your own. This self-assuredness and independence are incredibly attractive qualities that draw people to you. By focusing on your own well-being and pursuing activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, you become a source of inspiration and positivity for others. Your happiness radiates outward, making you a magnet for like-minded individuals who are drawn to your positive energy and confidence. Remember, happiness is an inside job, and no one else can truly make you happy if you're not already content with yourself. By creating your own happiness, you not only enhance your own life, but also become a more attractive and compelling presence in the lives of others. Rule number 9, be willing to walk away from them. This rule underscores the importance of recognizing your own value and having the courage to walk away from relationships that don't prioritize or respect you. It's about setting boundaries and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. When you're willing to walk away from someone who doesn't value you, you send a powerful message about your self-respect and worth. You refuse to tolerate mistreatment or neglect, and you prioritize your emotional well-being above all else. By setting clear standards for how you expect to be treated and being prepared to enforce those boundaries, you assert your worth and demand to be treated with dignity and respect. This not only safeguards your own happiness and self-esteem, but also cultivates healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the long run. You deserve to be with someone who recognizes your value and prioritizes your happiness. Don't be afraid to walk away from anyone who fails to meet those standards, because you deserve to be with someone who truly values and cherishes you. Rule number 10, don't be emotionally attached too much. While it's natural to develop feelings for someone, becoming overly emotionally attached can cloud judgment and lead to unhealthy dynamics. By not becoming excessively emotionally attached, you maintain clarity and perspective in the relationship. This allows you to make rational decisions and communicate effectively, rather than being driven solely by emotions. Maintaining emotional balance also involves setting boundaries and not allowing your happiness to depend solely on the other person. You continue to prioritize your own well-being and pursue your interests, regardless of the status of the relationship. When you maintain emotional balance, you prevent yourself from becoming overly dependent on the other person for validation or happiness. This creates a healthier dynamic where both partners can support each other while maintaining their individual identities and autonomy. By maintaining emotional balance, you set the stage for a more fulfilling and sustainable connection with others. So, there you have it, 10 rules to become irresistible and make them prioritize you. Remember, you're not just seeking attention, you're seeking healthy, balanced, and mutually respectful connections. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please show your support by clicking the like button and subscribing to this channel. Stay tuned for more empowering content on the She Believes channel. Until next time, believe in yourself and keep shining.